Let's get practical today. We're going to build a basic flare-friendly movement plan that you can follow even if you crash, miss a few days, or feel that familiar Sjogren's fatigue setting in. Because theory is nice, but what you really need is a plan that you can actually use. Hey everyone, Dr. Carol Wada here, quadruple board certified allergy, immunology, lifestyle medicine physician, also a coach. And I've dedicated over 15 years to helping people navigate the complex world of allergies, asthma, autoimmunity, and mast cell disorders. As someone who lives with Sjogren's, dysautonomia, and ADHD, and a former food allergy mom, I deeply understand these challenges firsthand from the other side of the stethoscope. Now, a successful movement plan for chronic illness isn't about perfection. It's about having a flexible framework, something that you can return to when life gets chaotic or your body isn't cooperating, and something that has built-in grace for those hard days. I'm going to walk you through a simple 5-step framework that you can start using today, and I'm going to show you where people usually get stuck and how to troubleshoot those common problems. Let's dive in. All right, step 1, we need to establish our baseline. Before we add anything new, we need to get honest about what you're actually doing now. This includes intentional exercise like going for a walk, little yoga practice, but it also includes daily life movement like chores around the house, grocery shopping, playing with our kids or grandkids, walking around your workplace. I want you to grab a notebook, or you can use your phone or even your wearables to track your movement for a week. Now, the really important part of this is we need to do our best to withhold judgment. This is not a place where we want to start judging ourselves. We just want to see where we are with that mindset of curiosity. You might be surprised. You might be doing more than you think, or you might realize that you're not getting as much movement in. This baseline is crucial because it prevents us from making the classic mistake of adding too much too fast. So if you're currently doing 10 minutes of movement per day or 2,000 steps per day, jumping to an hour-long workout is a recipe for disaster. That might be an exaggeration, right? Probably wouldn't jump to that extreme, but you understand what I'm saying. So here's what we want to track. What movement did you do? How long did it last? How did you feel while you were doing that movement? And how did you feel that next day? That last question is especially important for those of us with chronic illness. Sometimes an activity feels fine in the moment, but we pay for it a ton later on. So we need to understand those patterns and what is too much for us. Step 2, add 2 strength touch points. So just 2 to 3 days per week, talking 10 minutes of intentional strength work. This can be seated. This can be body weight. The goal is simply to touch your muscles and to remind them that you're there for them, that we're going to start working to help them gain some strength to stay strong. And why am I saying strength training specifically? Because research shows that one of the most effective tools for managing fatigue and pain in Sjogren's is strength work. Stronger muscles support our joints better. They improve our functional capacity, and they actually can reduce inflammation over time. Strength training is one of the ways that we can improve our mitochondrial function. A few weeks back, when we wrapped up the Perfect Storm series, we talked all about how metabolism issues are part of that perfect storm that adds to inflammation and drives inflammation. We're not talking about bodybuilding here. I'm the furthest thing from a gym bro. We're talking about functional strength, the kind that's going to help us carry in groceries. It's going to help us get up off the floor. It's going to help us maintain our independence as we age. So what might a 10-minute strength session look like? Well, those first 2 to 3 minutes are gentle warm-up, maybe some arm circles, some other things just to get the fluid in our joints moving and get things loosened up a little bit. About 5 minutes or so of a couple exercises, maybe 2, 3, 4 exercises that are targeting different muscle groups. And, it could be some seated chest presses. It could be some, sitting to stand up and sit back down. It could be some bicep curls just with body weight, could be with light weights. We want to start intentionally under where we think we're going to push ourselves over the edge because we want to build these habits. The last 2 to 3 minutes, cool down with some gentle stretching. If you're someone who's prone to hypermobility, we're not going to push that stretching. We're going to keep that contained. We're not training to failure. We're not pushing until you can't do another rep. We're really working on learning to find that sweet spot where you feel the muscles working, but you're not exhausted. Step 3, we're going to add some gentle mobility. A couple times a week, we're going to schedule 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching or mobility work. This helps again with getting that joint fluid going, helps with stiffness, improves range of motion, and honestly, generally feels pretty good. For those of us with Sjogren's, joint pain and stiffness are common complaints. For me, I get it in my low back. So I'm sitting doing telehealth all day. I'll try to take even just 2 minutes to do a little mobility snack between patients. Get up, use the bathroom, refill my water, and I'll do a few stretches. Mobility work, slow, controlled movements through our range of motion and within our range of motion can make a huge difference in how we feel day to day. If you are someone who is also hypermobile or extra bendy, this part needs to be done with a little bit of extra instruction and care. And this is why I love collaborating with some of my physical therapists and other healthcare professionals who this is their genius zone. So what could mobility look like? It could be some gentle yoga poses. I love cat-cow, child's pose, maybe seated twists. It could be some shoulder rolls, some hip circles. Can't really see me doing it, but it feels good because I've been standing recording these videos. Whatever feels good for your body. The key here is gentle. We're not trying to stretch to our maximum flexibility. We're just moving through our available range of motion. We're breathing deeply and we're giving our joints some love and attention. I also like to do this in the morning when I get out from bed, especially on those mornings I'm a little more stiff. Again, kind of do some little snacks between my telehealth visits or in the evening, especially after a nice warm bath with some Epsom salts. You need to find what works for your schedule and your body's rhythms. Now, step 4, we're going to create your flare rules. Non-negotiable. You have to decide in advance what you're going to do when you're having a bad day. What does movement look like when you're at 50% charge in your energy? How about 30%? What about if you're in a full flare and the idea of getting out of bed just to use the bathroom feels like you're climbing a mountain? Having a plan removes the guilt. It also helps lower and minimize decision fatigue. You're not abandoning your movement practice during a flare, you're adjusting it appropriately. So here's an example. And again, this is going to be personalized to each and every person, right? Based on where you are, your current capacity, and this may change over time. So say you are on a fully charged day. It is like a day you just feel like you're going to go out and conquer the world. You may do a full strength session. And if you feel good, you might add a short little walk. You feel capable and strong. All right, you're on a day, it's like 3/4 energy, 75%. Maybe you modify your strength session. Maybe you do it seated, you shorten the number of reps or the total duration. You use lighter weights or switch back to body weight. 50% energy days. Gentle mobility only, maybe 5-10 minutes of stretching. Maybe you do some focus on breath work. And those days when you're really flaring, you're at minimal battery power from a typical day for you. Bed stretches, 2 to 3 minutes of just gently moving your body in bed, some deep breathing, or just rest. The point is you have options and you're never in a situation where you think, well, I can't do my regular workout, so I guess I'm not doing anything. Instead, you have a scaled approach that's going to meet you where you are, and you're still showing up for yourself. It's just in a little different way that's adjusting based on where you are. So I'm going to give you a personal example. During a recent flare, I was dealing with some pretty significant back stiffness, and fatigue was really turned up. My youngest has been bringing home viral crud like every 2 to 3 weeks, and that seems to kind of flare up my symptoms to varying degrees. So my regular workout was totally off the table, but I had my flare rules in place. So I did 5 minutes of gentle stretching in bed, just kind of moving my arms and my legs around. I did some breathing in my belly, activating some of those core muscles, and that's it. And you know what? One, it helped. It kind of helped bring down my worry about not feeling good and the mind drama that I tend to go to. It helped me feel connected to my body, that I was caring for my body in another way. And it prevented me from spiraling into this, oh, I missed a day, I'm failing, I'm falling off the wagon kind of mindset. All right, step 5, we're going to track patterns and we're not aiming for perfection. I love using a simple journal like our Thrive in 12 journal, or you could use an app, you could use the notes section in your phone. You're looking for patterns over time. Did you feel more energetic after your strength session? Did a walk help your joint pain? Does morning movement work better than evening? Maybe evening movement makes it harder to fall asleep. Were there certain activities that you just crashed after and that seems like a terrible idea for the time being? You're not tracking reps and sets to beat a personal best. You're gathering data about your own body. This is personalized medicine in action. So some questions to ask yourself. What activities consistently make me feel better? What activities consistently lead to a crash? What is my optimal workout duration before I start feeling worse? How many rest days do I need between strength sessions? Are there any certain times of the month, like with hormonal fluctuations, where I need to pull back? Over time, you'll start to see patterns, and those patterns will help you make better decisions about your movement practice. This is how we become expert in our own body. Now, this framework is simple. It's not always easy. So let me tell you where people usually get stuck. The biggest trap is the all or nothing cycle. We feel good. We do way too much, thinking we need to make up for lost time or take advantage of the good day. Then we crash out for 3 to 7 days doing nothing. There's no middle ground. Breaking this cycle requires conscious effort. It means sometimes stopping when you still feel like you could do more. This is the hardest thing I have had to tackle. It means trusting that consistency at 70% effort will get you further than sporadic bursts at 100% followed by crashes. The second trap is lack of structure. When you're making it up as you go, it's easy to skip workouts, to forget what you did last time, or have no idea how to adjust when you're feeling well. And structure doesn't mean rigidity. It just means having a framework to return back to. The third trap is isolation. When you're trying to figure this out alone with no one to cheer you on, no one to ask, is this normal when you try something new? No one who truly understands what it's like to navigate chronic illness. It's hard to stay motivated, and it's hard to keep going when we hit the inevitable obstacles. And I've been there. I've been the person lying on the couch or in the bed, feeling defeated, wondering if I'm ever going to feel strong again. And what made the difference for me was having support, both professional guidance and a community of people who get it. This is exactly why Stronger with Sjogren exists. It's designed to give you everything I just described and more. It's a 12-month plan, already has these steps built in, working on progressing exercise safely over time. You don't have to wonder what to do next, whether you're doing too much or too little. The plan is mapped out, but flexible enough to adjust to your needs. It's a community and live sessions with myself and my colleagues where we troubleshoot these exact problems together. You can ask questions, share your wins and struggles, and connect with others who are on the same journey. You're not alone in this. There's a physician-led fitness app with follow-along videos you can do from the comfort and safety of your own home with no equipment required. There are some options to add in dumbbells or resistance bands, but you could start with body weight and seated. Every workout has modifications so you can adjust based on your energy level. There's no guesswork. You just press play and follow along as best you can. Educational content about nutrition, pacing, energy management, sleep strategies, stress, all the pieces that contribute, using lifestyle as medicine. This isn't just a fitness program. It's comprehensive support for living well with Sjogren's. We also have guided mindfulness, breathwork, yoga sessions specifically designed for those days when we don't want to show up for a full strength workout, because the mental and emotional aspects of chronic illness are just as important, if not more so, than the physical. You'll learn how to navigate setbacks without losing motivation, adjust the plan when life gets chaotic, build strength without triggering flares, develop self-compassion for those hard days, and celebrate progress that isn't just about physical changes. If you want to do this with structure, guidance, and support, instead of trying to figure it out all alone, I have some great news. Enrollment for Stronger with Sjogren's is officially open, and you can join anytime. To celebrate our launch, we're offering special founders pricing for a limited time. This is your chance to get a full year of physician-led guidance and community support at our best possible rate. And click the link in the description below to join us for the next 12 months. When you enroll, you'll get immediate access to the app, the community, and all the educational resources, invitations to all of our monthly meetings. You can start today. If you're still on the fence, let me address some common concerns. I'm not sure I can commit to the 12 months. Here's the thing. 12 months will pass whether you do this or not. The question is, where do you want to be 12 months from now? This is about progress, not perfection. Some weeks you're going to be all in. Some weeks you'll barely participate. And all of that is okay. The membership is there for you whenever you're ready to use it. What if I'm too sick to do this? The program is designed for people at all levels of ability. If you can do bed stretches, if you can do seated body weight exercises, those are some kind of guardrails that I would say would, be reasonable for this program. We meet you where you are. You also should consult with your medical team. Although I am a doctor, I am not your doctor, and you need to work with your team to decide what's right for you. And this isn't medical care. This is a support community. If you want to come join us as a patient, we can talk about that another time. We would love that. What if it doesn't work for me? I can't promise you will feel 100% better or that you'll never have a flare again. What I can promise is that you'll have tools, you'll have support in a framework that's designed for bodies like ours. That's more than most programs offer. Comment below with any other questions or concerns. I'm here and I want to help you make the best decision for yourself. I can't wait to see you inside. Let's build strength together that's sustainable, that's realistic, and that's in a flare-friendly way. Thanks for being here. Take care of yourself. And until next time.